Hey YouTube, Deadpool2323 back at it with another hunting tip video. Quick tip here. A lot of times people advertise comic books for sale on different websites, and you'll go look at what they have, right? They don't want to list every book they have. They just have a box, whatever. And a lot of people go and they look and they're like, it's nothing I want, and they leave. Ask. Always ask. Is there anything else you have that I'm not seeing that you'd be willing to part with? You never know. You throw enough money in front of them, they may be willing to part with those books. And throwing enough money might still get the books at a good deal. Case in point, I'm not going to show the books because they're going to be in my upcoming haul video. So I don't want to ruin the surprise here. But the guy advertised on Letgo, or OfferUp, one of the two. I always get the two confused, but I check them both. So I hit him up, went down. He had a sealed, what he said was a sealed long box. And it showed box and it was all taped, and he said he didn't even know what was in it. So I didn't know how he got it. I didn't clarify that. But it was a long box filled with comics, and he wanted less than $200. I ended up paying $300 for everything I got. There was nothing really great in the long box. I still ended up getting the long box. But when I asked him if he had more, he had a stack of comics that were all key issues to the side. And I was able to get a really good deal out of them. If I'd have just gone down there, looked at those books, said, no, I'm not interested in them, thanks, and left, I'd have never bought the 6 other books I bought. And I didn't make a profit, but what I sold out of the collection paid for what I paid for everything. And so my profit was the 3 or 4 books I kept. You can't go wrong with that. When you can do that, when you can add to your collection for free, you can't go wrong with that. So don't be afraid to ask. And asking leads to other things. When you ask, hey, do you have any more books? You're at a garage sale. Hey, I see a Superman cup. Do you have any comic books? You know, you're at a flea market. Hey, I see you have some superhero toys. Do you have comic books? Even if you know, you can look around and see they don't have any comic books. It doesn't mean they don't have them for sale. It doesn't mean they don't have them at home and they just didn't bring them because they didn't think they'd sell. You can get the phone number. You can get the contact, or maybe they know someone who does. It can lead to a lead to more comics. So always be willing to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Hey, do you have this? Do you have comics? Do you know someone that has comics? Everybody, the more you ask, the more you put out there, the more doors that will open. And for every 10 people you ask, maybe only one of them does. But if that one does, that could be a huge score. So if you're only asking 10 people a year, you may only find 1 score a year. But if you're asking 10 people a week, you might find a score a week. You know, maybe it takes you 50. Maybe you have to ask 50 people to get the 1 score. It doesn't really matter how many you have to ask. Just keep asking until you find it. Trust me. They're out there. People have them. I know all kinds of guys that kept their comic books from when they were kids, and they had 20, 30 comics. They didn't have 100, a short box, a long box, 2 long. They didn't have that. They had 20, 30 comics from when they were a kid. And I've known a few guys that in those 20 or 30 was an Amazing Spider-Man 300, was a New Mutants 98, was a New Mutants 87. You never know who's going to have what. And then when you start asking the older guys, oh yeah, I still have my comics from when I was a kid, and you go to their house and they have 5 long boxes, and there's a Hulk 181 in there that they're going to sell you for $100. You know, because they don't know. So always be willing to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. That's my tip, guys. Have a good day.